The Wheat That Built Canada, the story of Marquis wheat. What if one small seed could change an entire country? In the early 1900s, farming in Western Canada was a gamble. Thousands of farmers risked everything, land, money, and their future, on one crop, wheat. But every year, many lost it all. Not to pests, not to war, but to something far more powerful: frost. This is the true story of how one man, Charles Saunders, helped transform Canada into a global agricultural power by creating a wheat that could outrun winter. Part 1. The Struggle of Prairie Farmers. At the turn of the 20th century, Canada was expanding westward. The government encouraged settlers to move into the prairies, especially Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Alberta. Immigrants from Europe and farmers from eastern Canada arrived with hope. They were given land, but the land came with harsh realities. Short growing seasons, sudden early frosts, unpredictable weather. Farmers planted wheat in spring, expecting to harvest by late summer. But often, before the crop could fully ripen, frost would strike, and in a single night, months of work were destroyed. Part 2. The Man Behind the Change. In Ottawa, at the Central Experimental Farm, a scientist was studying this exact problem. His name was Charles Edward Saunders. Born in 1867, he was the son of another scientist, William Saunders, who helped establish Canada's agricultural research system. Charles wasn't just educated, he was deeply practical. He knew that Canadian farmers didn't just need more wheat, they needed better wheat. Part 3. The Science of Survival. Around the early 1900s, Saunders began experimenting with wheat breeding. His goal: create a variety that could grow quickly enough to avoid early frost, while still producing high-quality grain for flour. He focused on combining two wheat types: red Fife wheat, known for excellent baking quality; hard red Calcutta wheat, known for faster maturity. Through careful crossbreeding and selection, he worked year after year. And here's something unique. Saunders didn't just rely on lab tests. He personally chewed wheat kernels to test their texture and gluten strength. Because for farmers, quality mattered just as much as survival. Part 4. The Breakthrough, Marquis Wheat L. In 1904, Saunders successfully developed a new wheat variety. He named it Marquis wheat. By 1909, it was officially released to Canadian farmers, and it changed everything. Marquis wheat had key advantages. It matured about 10 days earlier than red Fife. It produced high-quality flour suitable for bread. It was more reliable in prairie conditions. Those 10 days made the difference between harvest and total loss. Part 5. Transformation of Canada. The adoption of Marquis wheat spread rapidly. By the 1910s, it became the dominant wheat grown across Western Canada. Farmers who once struggled began to succeed. Harvests became more reliable. Income stabilized. Rural communities grew. Canada quickly rose as one of the world's leading wheat exporters. Grain elevators were built across the prairies. Railways expanded to transport wheat to ports. Canadian wheat reached markets in Europe and beyond. Wheat became known as the backbone of the Canadian economy. Part 6. Contribution and Legacy. The impact of Marquis wheat went far beyond farming. It helped populate and develop Western Canada, strengthen Canada's economy in the early 20th century, establish Canada's global reputation for high-quality grain, Charles Saunders' work became one of the most important agricultural achievements in Canadian history. Today, farming uses satellites, machines, and advanced genetics. But over a century ago, it was one man, one idea, and one seed.